Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. As always, I am George Onyibe, and of course, this morning, I want us to quickly address a message I simply titled, The Issue of Insecurity in Nigeria. It's an imminent danger that needs to be addressed. You see, there are a lot of things going on in Nigeria, and most of us are playing down on it. And this is because those who are perpetuating this atrocity against ethnic groups in Nigeria are very powerful individuals. And so they can sweep this issue under the carpet. And of course, there are those who have merchandised this process. There are those who are making fortunes out of it. And they are all connected. And so somewhere along the line, they play down on it. But this is a danger that must happen to all of us. Those who are vying for political position in Nigeria, they are preparing, sending out different narrative to give credibility to their election manifesto, to draw people's attention to see reason why they should be voted into the office. And so they're going to blackmail one another, tell you cock and bull story. But the real danger, the imminent danger that faces us as a people, nobody is talking about it. And so it is important you know why we are being distracted. There is something wrong going around our communities. And of course, this problem, we may not be able to stop it in our time, but we will expose all of them. And like I always tell you, nobody will be allowed to sell the next generation of our people. And so if you have access to these very brokers, let me explain to you in plain terms the issue of insecurity I'm talking about. In every community in Nigeria as we speak today, most especially the South, there are kidnappers hiding all over our forest, all over our farmland. The identity or the tribes of these kidnappers is not very clear to Nigerian security who they are. I would say the police have done their best, the military have done their best, but I would submit that their best is not enough. And so the identity of these kidnappers is unknown. Why is it unknown? Because the first kidnappers in Nigeria, people who play that terrorists, are Fulani people. They are everywhere in our farmland. They are everywhere in different communities. They hide as herdsmen. They're kidnapping people from our farm. I'm coming. But in recent time, Nnamdi Kanu and his Igbo group of Biafra people begin to personate the Fulani. And I must be sincere to you. We don't even know when it is Fulani or when it is Igbo Fula. That is Fulani herdsmen or Igbo herdsmen. Because we do have them now. And there are other group of youth who say they are Yahoo. They are kidnappers. They are part of the menace in our farmland, in our individual community. I'm coming. There are the people doing ritualists, Okite. They are kidnappers. Some of them are not kidnapping for ransom. The ransom is just a process. The real deal is trafficking the human organ, having been harvested. The issue of insecurity I'm drawing your attention to is the issue of insecurity of those who say they are money rituals. A hotel was discovered recently, demolished recently in Anambra State. Under the basement of this hotel, a two-story building, they saw graves, more than 30-something graves, or 16 graves, where they bury people inside that hotel. They demolished it. These are issues of insecurity. They hide from the hotel to the bush. They use different outlets. And nobody is talking about it. And what gave the formation of these very brokers this morning? I was in Agbo yesterday. And then when we were having a conversation, in fact, when my friends, they were having conversation, and it was fear. The community have asked a group of people not to go to a farmland in a particular location because Fulani herdsmen, according to them, have taken over. And it is the same story in my community. And I understand it is not very clear who are doing this thing because unknown gunmen of Nnamdi Kanu are part of these Igbo herdsmen. The only ethnic group out of the Wazobia that I cannot come out now and accuse of this kidnapping is Yoruba people. Because I have not seen Yoruba person doing kidnapping in another people region. Maybe they do it in their region. But you see Fulani herdsmen, you see Igbo herdsmen, you see kidnapper. It is either in form of baby factory or whatever. But all these things, as I'm telling you, has led to a position where people don't go to farm. Go to Ichi, go to Afara. The people in Afara, in Ichi, they don't go to farm land anymore. And if they must go, they carry their heart in their hand. Go to Umunede, go to Utokpo, go to Akomaze, go to Ibodu, go to this Anyoma Aziz. Nobody's bold enough to go to farm anymore. But of course, we have Nigerian police out there. We have the Nigerian military out there. But this may not give them concern. I'm not talking about the northern Nigeria, where thousands of Nigeria are being misplaced on a daily basis. They call terrorists, Boko Haram. They give you cock and bull name. But the question is, what exactly does the government of the day have to provide for the people aside managing our resources? What exactly is their major responsibility, which everybody in office is supposed to redeem accountability about it? That is security of life and property. But today, as Nigerians, if you are living in the city among those who have made money, among the elites, the political class, you will not understand what I'm saying. But please go back to your village and ask questions. And to you, it does not matter to you. It does not concern you. Because after all, you are not in the village. But this is the danger which will soon happen to us. And now a lot of people do not go to the farm anymore in the village. This is dropping the level of food production, not just in our community in Nigeria. And those who do not have somebody that will help them, guide them as a security person to go to farm, if they do not sharp extra machete to defend themselves while still working hard to provide food for themselves and maybe for market purposes, how do we feed? The only option left for them is to begin to leave the village. Leave the village for who? And by the time they leave the village, will they solve the problem of insecurity? You see, this time they tell you about the problem or issue of insecurity in Nigeria. They don't even know those who are facing the true challenges. But this is a game deliberately designed to destroy your agricultural prospects as a people, to dispose your ethnic group as a people. And I tell you, at the end of the day, the government of the day has not seen it as a challenge. They've not seen it as issue to be addressed. You can only hear it on the pages of newspaper. They kidnapped this man. Some people have gotten to the extent of even covering it. They are ashamed now to tell you that they are kidnapping their people. They are ashamed now to tell you that 90% of those who say they are Yahoo cashing out are now human slaughter. They now have human abattoir. They will not tell you why they are building hotels every day. How many people actually go to hotel? What are they going to do in that hotel? And where is the data for missing Nigerian citizens? There are shallow graves everywhere. Shallow graves of unidentified dead bodies. These are issues of insecurity. And it is overwhelming many communities, most especially Anyoma, most especially South region, because we don't have voice. If they kidnap Igbo people, and Igbo people know that this kidnapping is coming from Fulani, Igbo will shout. Asan the Kano. Igbo will shout because they have a voice. Why you see them not talking now is that they are now the kidnapper of them people. The Fulani have teach them work. Now they are kidnapping more than Fulani. But if you kidnap Fulani or Hausa, Nigeria will shout. We know how they blame Goodluck Ebere Jonathan. That it was his incompetency that made terrorists to kidnap Chibok girls. He was a woman. They kidnapped Chibok girls. And with all the security apparatus and display, they will tell us that they kidnapped 300 young girls and in our almighty Nigeria and take them to a location. The mystery behind Chibok girl has not been visited. It has not been revealed at this moment. If it were to be Yoruba they kidnap, every newspaper will catch fire because they are Wazobia. The concentration of everything we are on these three ethnic groups is our problem. But the South, these people are gaining momentum. But the challenge we are now facing is that we don't even know who these kidnappers are. Whether they are Fulani headsmen now, it's not very clear. Whether they are Igbo headsmen now, it's not very clear. Whether they are Nnamdi Kanu unknown gunmen, it's still not very clear. Whether some of our youth have been incorporated into this criminality is not very clear. But one thing that is clear is that the hyping tension of insecurity in our community is alarming and cannot be tolerated. Or else, while you are thinking that they will use a bill, a decree or law to chase you out of your land, they will use small boys to chase you out. And now here comes the purpose of this broadcast. With the network of these kidnappers in our communities, those of you from the South, if you begin to fight these criminals, these kidnappers hiding in your farmland, village to village, they will overrun you. Their network is so wide that they are already standing at the border of every community. They are right there settled in your land. Most areas where you will not even want to go alone. That is where they build their house now. Like I said, it's not obvious who they are. But it's amazing that if you attack them, they seem to have soft landing with the Nigerian police. Because that is when Nigerian police will come out and tell you that this is the protection of life and property. And so don't kill them. Because somebody's life will be taken. But then when they kill you in the farm, dismember you in the farm, I'm sure your own is not life and property. But do I blame the Nigerian police? There are a lot of corrupt elements among them. Because most of them, they were some group we have to chase in the forest. They abandoned their guns, which was later handed over to the police. But boom, some of the gun, maybe they collected it from corrupt police individuals. And how can you outrun, how can you outsmith, how can you dislodge such terrorist group that have affiliation with the supposed federal security agents? You see, it's a dicey situation. Now, if you begin to fight them village by village, my brother, 10 years from now, you will not see it in the page of newspaper, and you people will not go to farm again. There is hunger already, and the hunger will increase. But there is a way to checkmate these people. There is a way to act so that your voice will be loud. That is the purpose of this broadcast. Every community vigilante must begin to form alliance with the neighboring community vigilante. And then your aggressive force to dislodge them, its power will be magnified. Listen to me. If you are a member of community security group and you get this history of this kidnapper, these kidnappers hiding in our farmland, you watch them closely. They are standing in between boundaries of two communities. And so while the police division in this community is trying to ruffle the situation, they will jump to the next community. And if things go back, they jump to the next community because they have surveillance who have given them description of our land, which most of you don't know. And now I know you know our village very well. You know our communities very well. But you do not know the other communities very well. But except you share boundary with them. You must build a community security network, or else this thing will get worse. They now know that they make money from kidnapping. So they are not going to stop. As Igbo people know that when you shout Biafra, 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 they make money. There will always be Biafra. Any rubbish that makes people get money, they don't give up on it. Even when it is to the detriment of their people. Anyoma people, South people, Okwan, Ndokwa, Osimiri, Eka people, you know what I'm saying, Ikwere people. Sometimes we may try to dismiss it, but you know it's true. Those of you who are predominantly farmers, you know what I mean. Now we have to go to our farmland and our community through convoy, escorts. 20 people will be walking, and then 40 people will carry machete and be defending us from who? From who? Because you cannot get the backing of the police. You cannot get the backing of the army. But the police will not feed us. The army will not feed us. The federal government will not feed us. And for those of you who think you are not in the town, you really need to begin to think. Call your village people. Ask them, how is farm road? What is happening in the farm? It will shock you. This is not a time to cast an ascension, blame anybody, lay allegation. I'm telling you the truth. And that truth is that every community security, look at your village. How many villages that share border with you? All of you form alliance. Create a network of security to security until all of you can act as one impenetrable unit. And when you hear that they are in Igbodo, for instance, all of you in Umunedi will follow the other side. All of you in Ekwoma will follow the other side. All of you in Utokbo will follow the other side until they don't have anywhere to go. And by the time you apprehend them 1 and 2 times, and the security outfit and the justice system do not handle the matter appropriately, and then we can think of what to do later on. But why they stop us from going to farm and we do nothing about that? We are losing more than you can imagine. Our children will no longer know how to farm, which is not a plus. I can farm very well. I am a farmer that can cultivate any kind of crop. I know their time and their season. And if for any reason I want to work against nature's support, I know what to do. I could choose to produce any crop at any time and at any point in time of the year. And this is because I know how plants function. And so if I have the necessary tools, I cannot be hungry. If not having the ability to produce to market quantity, at least I should be able to feed myself. And now you are a farmer. You learned from your father, and your father learned from the other father. And now you cannot take your children to the farm because there are some idiot hiding in your backyard, waiting for you to kidnap you. And then it's not an issue. We are relaxing. We are waiting for the police. You are waiting for the army. My brother, God will not do for man what man should do for themselves. O man no one dia agbo onu we gone to hen ragwo no. O jenoku ebuka oda. Ima hwa January ne ho na yere nworo ime phone. O man make eri ebenre abiolo. Almost izukale ma bialude erumgbeto imi zukale kita ba ilahion. And ebele anyi reje ndị na-ewesi we ndị ọhụsị ndị Fulani ro chukwu somari ndu ehu weri mu ugbenyi chari ra egwu anusu nuju ugbo ụlọ mri alienyi sef utenwebu alodi ebe ahụ mkpamkpa ekuku agbolu utokpo onwebu eta alodi ebe ahụ but recently ya hụ no waris ebe ahụ o mere ra agba ọsọ egwu ari anyenye jigbo maka ndị enye marile ni kan kwesịrị imeni na iliwe enye sendi polisi dodo de yi na-enye kawo enye sendi ami dodo de yi na-enye ka omenu wa bia ne ya ha won onu okemeni unu ka anu ihe ni reku ikekwo no ari anu kan oyibo nraso ya nji sumonu alienyi onye nu ya gwa nwene oge eruele unu ndire eche na-enye nche unu oge eruele unu keji dumo nwonu kwokwu ndiri ogbisogba wegwa ndiri obi alihe ndiri obi alihe wegwa ndiri eche nche ozanogogo ndiri ozanogogo wegwa ndiri emuhu ndiri emuhu wegwa ndiri mbiri wegwa ndiri umunede unu lechare gbakikume ndiri owaliru unu lechare ndiri obi arụkụ wegwa ndiri abụọ unu le gbakikume ni gwamani bonu unu sa asakachi ewu unu sisa asakachi don alienyi maka nende na eziokwu wone onwe mewomeni owerime gọọmenti iri yeni weka anya amarisi ihe choko kewe choko kidney le liver wekere o akpobi ha wekele o anya amare kwe choko isi ha weji gwogwo o anya amare kwe choko ego ransom ho akpo ransom we nwuru weji tonanyo na o anya amare kwe chonu wegbu enyi chupu anya alienyi o anya amare kani ho lo mele ni akwa ebu bi weji lala onwe onye ka yi na-enye ka omene ya sana ka yi onwenye ka o onu ndị security onu ndị community vigilante onu hu ile wenya leden ndị Igbo jaden ndị Ọnịcha ya hụ ndị security weju ebele wele bu egbe niile webu onwe ihe pụhane onwe dị ihe sakame maka ni ndị na-ese were alụsọ were igbodo nke wesiso ndị na-iri igbodo nke we ndị ọka richi ọka ndị hiala richi hiala ndị hụ na so ebe ọla webanyele witi weka onwe ihe emeni andonu nwaji obi ahụ senunu uche me alienyi nchi unu asaka ya ha odomodo kenri yono rari ono ono sisa sakache ndị vigilante ireche ndị utokpo ono sisa sakache ndị vigilante ireche ndị umunede ono sisa sakache ndị vigilante ireche ndị agbobi ono sisa sakache ono lodo no se ebe no bandre enyi wekari eweri enyi ohu leke be anwụ nkwọ na eweri nwa ọkụkụ. That is my simple advice. I'm sorry for those of you who don't understand my language. I'm just trying to tell them how it functions. If we begin to defend our community to community, this one we say I'm Abudu Security Network, and then they forget about Umulua. They forget about the neighboring communities, like Naifo, Ubo Jobo, and then say, no, we are just Abudu Security. They will pick all of you one. They will dismantle you and disorganize you. Believe me, we are all unique in our own way. We must extend this security network to neighboring community. At least when we begin pursue them for this bush, they enter the next community, they go still get the same pressure, the same pressure from that community. And by the time they run like that, 3 days, we dey pursue them, then they run. All of us, they run. Police go join us, army go join us. We go run like that 1 week. Make we see who go come kidnap. But if you keep quiet, they are growing bolder every day. And you see money is sweet. The money they are making, they are not going to back down. And our villages will no longer be safe. These issues will not trend. I've been to many communities in Rivers State. The same story. The same story. And honestly, by the time we see how complex this security issue is, we stop blaming people. But stop blaming people does not mean that we will not stop the crime. Does not mean we cannot prevent the crime. But this is a call to put pressure on all of them. This is a call for you to change your pattern of approach. I know what some of your problems are. You want to answer chairman. It has always been the problem of blacks. You want to answer chairman. At the end of the day, nobody is chairman. Because two captains cannot be in a ship. You are shaman of your community. He is shaman of his security community. And then he is a shaman of, it doesn't matter. But what matters now is who are those people hiding in our farmland? Who are those people hiding in our farmland? And how can we allow them to be there for a very long time? And when exactly are we going to respond? You know, it is easy. Let's call the Nigerian police. They are doing their job. But what if we buy drone? And once in a while, we take footages of our community. There are some people who have drone already. There are other networks that are coming up already. There is so much work to do to protect our people from only God know who these people are. For only God know who these people are. The journey of 100 kilometers starts with a step. This is not the time to tell you, oh, it's a Fulani herdsman, oh, it's Igbo herdsman, oh, we have seen it before. It doesn't matter who you are. If you like, be Tinubu herdsman. It doesn't matter who you are. If you are in our farmland and you say we cannot get to farm, your days are numbered. But for those of us who are receiving this impact, you don't need to keep quiet. Now it is time to work on your network. You know, when you start chasing them, they will run into another community. You will think you have won. That is a momental victory. They will come back more reinforced. That is a momental victory, and it cannot be entertained. If they're from Umunede and then they run into Emoho, we will pursue them into Emoho. And if they're from Emoho, they run into Mbili, we will pursue them into Bili. If from Umbini, they go back to Urugodo, we will pursue them into Urugodo. You will not understand. Everything I've said can be lie. But the only truth now is that they are out there. Some are doing it for political reason. Some are doing it to conquer you. Some are doing it to misplace you. Some are doing it to make money. They are not only in the bush. They occupy most of the beautiful hotels you see. The more you see hotel growing in your community, just know something is about to go wrong. Security people, as soon as they comb the bush, all these community vigilante, the idea to begin to search hotel, routine search of hotel, our king, you people begin to consider it. I just told you the hotel they demolished in Anambra. How many grave site was under the hotel? Decaying dead body. This should not be new to you. And then all of a sudden, nobody built factory. Everywhere is hotel, 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 hotel. And you think it's pumping their champagne they are pumping there? And you think you can dislodge those in the bush without checking those they are working with in the hotel? We need to change our pattern to approach these people so that we can go to our farm freely. so that our life stability can be restored. I know this will offend some people, but please look for trailer and hit the trailer if it offends you. And I know some of you have actually encountered these people. If you keep quiet because you are far away from home, let's just hope that you do not have any relative at home. But we need to change our approach. They are now in the southeast, south-south. They are now in the south-south. They are now in the south-south. Some of them are ESM, Nnamdi Kanu unknown gunmen. Some of them are Fulani headsmen. I have not seen Yoruba people there. And some of them can be our misguided brother who say they are Yahoo. But whatever the case may be, whoever they are, I'm not sure that they have the right to make our life miserable. In the absence of the light, darkness will prevail. I'll go to the comment section, collect some insult there, because there are people who love insult, and we love it as well. Insult us, we love it. But we will not allow you to set the next generation of our people. And everything you have planted in the south-south region to destroy us, or any other part of Nigeria, will address all of them. It's just that charity begins at home. Let's go to the comment section. I see Legacy. He say you are still in IPOB membership. But Legacy, you are Igbo person. The problem is that Igbo Biafra people cannot allow us now to talk openly. That Fulani headsmen are majorly responsible for this act of terrorism in our communities. Because Igbo Biafra people, through China Sangoru, Benjamin Madubugu, have started creating their own Igbo herdsmen. That is why I left IPOB. So if IPOB still think I am one of them, may the Lord be with them. So Legacy, I was with them, and that is how I know what I'm telling you. Have you seen Peter Obi condemn any act of criminality by Ndi Igbo? The question should be why? But they are not telling you that anybody that say Igbo Kub is Igbo Kub, they should take the person to Nigerian court. I have challenged Barrister Aloy Ejimako, the international American-based lawyer. Let him and Nnamdi Kanu take me to court about that. Because the Igbo Kub is actually the Igbo Kub. So Legacy, how about that? How about that? There is a guy from Anambra, his name is Ndune Soku, and there is another guy more. China Sangoru gave order that they should be buried alive. It came to my attention. I asked China Sangoru, why are you doing this? He said, Onyendu, which is Nnamdi Kanu, Onyendu asked them to do so. And I said, you will not do such thing. But do you know eventually they have poisoned those two guys? Legacy Onyibo. Do you know Ikechukwu Gwoha, who worked closely with me, who knows secret percent of your criminality and shenanigan, was said to be murdered in his house. But I'm not too sure about that. I'm suspecting they must have hid him. You see all those people all of us follow do Biafra? You see people like David Nwawisi. You see people like Chidebere Onwudiwe. You see people like Bright Chimezie. All of them are in the UK. So when they finish using you and somewhere along the line, they could send you out and then kill miserable people like you, Legacy. Is it Fulani headsman now that is killing people and burying in hotel in Anambra? Can Soludo tell us now that Fulani headsmen are in the hotel? Slaughtering our daughters? Legacy, I was a member of IPOB, a very honorable one. My activities there was reviewed by the Nigerian DSS. And like the Bible will always say, though the prince of the earth was let loose against me, but they found nothing against me. We were actually looking for how to protect the overall interests of everyone. But they did not understand. But I didn't know Igbo Biafra people are driven by greed. Today, if you tell me about Fulani headsmen, I will say investigate Igbo people first of all. Legacy, let me remind you, there is a Ebonyi State woman that lives in Anambra State. And the leader of the terrorist group known as Lion Squad of Nnamdi Kanu, Obase, is from also Ebonyi State. And the Ebonyi woman condemned IPOB activities then. Obase, who is the head of Lion Squad, took some Lion Squad, raped the woman and the daughter, single mother, a widow, and the daughter. They raped them seriously. And they placed the woman on oath, never to tell anybody what happened to them. And after that, they videoed the woman and let the woman say that, oh, I want the Fulani people rape me. The Fulani now do like this, do Fulani do. After which they banished this woman from Anambra State. How about that legacy? On our shame, they shame us. You be Igbo, you be Biafra. On our shame, they shame us. We know you already. But the point is, don't worry. My people, so many can't hear chicken, uzuki. Don't worry. Drop further insult. Who do we have here? Frank. He say, see person where they challenge IPOB, always on uncompleted building. Yes, you don't understand. I'm an uncompleted building, and I love it. But you, your father, and 90% of your family, their mansion is in their village, but they are rotting somewhere in jail. Some of them in Malaysia, some of them in Istanbul, some of them in Indonesia. They may not come back. The point is that you will sell those property later, or it will become dilapidated property. Where is a go of a hiala? Where are those his mansion? Where are those his expensive car? And I'm sure if he's alive today, he would prefer to live in an uncompleted building like me. Where is Ojuku? I think Ojuku children now are dragging property, Ojuku Transport Limited, with a fellow Igbo people managing it after Ojuku demise. Where we come from, we use money. Money don't use us. When you know the truth about life, you don't kill yourself for anything. Some of us will never be landlord in our life. And it really does not make any difference. What moment we cherish is that we have walked on this earth, and believe me, we may never walk it on this timeline again. And so we make best use of it. Some of us are not going to have children. Some of us are not going to live to old age. Some of us are not going to have wisdom. Some of us are not going to be strong. To all his own. In my uncompleted building, you are frustrated already by my activities. Do you know the power I have over you? And that is because I have nothing and I place you on your heels. Imagine if I have something. You will understand what it means. Uberen sineme bike. Uberen sineme bike. Oh moa bu agwo turumbe. Manange wa ga ma itu eke si anyango. Amam na nwere idea itu eke si anyango. Baby factory product. You reason from your anus. Uncompleted building. But look at the people kidnapping your people. Now they cannot send 60% of Igbo people to go and hide in the bush. Go and hide in the bush, raping and killing fellow Igbo, kidnapping fellow Igbo. Who is in the bush and who is in uncompleted building? Who is even better after all? But you are Igbo Biafra person. It is to be expected. You people are the reason why we don't even know our problem again. Because Igbo Biafra people are there trying to upset the balance by every means necessary. Drop a further insult. I greet you. Wellington. I greet you from here. I greet you. I see Francis Funa. I'm an Igbo man from Uwere, Imo State. I love you. Francis Funa, good morning from here. Of course, it is because of people like you. That is why we are trending very carefully. Because of people like Francis Funa. We will not drag you out, because when we drag you out, all these criminals who hide under Igbo, they will destroy you people. Look at Ijele. They must succeeded in destroying Ijele. They will shut him up. Don't talk again. They will destroy Ijili. But whatever they do to Ijili, we are watching. We are observing. Where is Reverend Ebukobi? Where is Reverend Ebukobi? The one that said, Ndi anyoma bunduwa lili. Supposed man of God. Supposed man of God. I pity for all of you. You are Igbo. Can you see Yoruba person misbehaving on people's platform? You will not see them do that. Have you seen any kidnapper they catch in the southeast or north central or north? Have you seen any of the kidnapper that is a Yoruba person? They can do that in their own place, but on rare occasion. But when you hear kidnapper in the southeast, if it's not Igbo Biafra people, it is Fulani herdsmen. What's that you people problem? And when you are talking, Fulani herdsmen won't even talk to you. But it is Igbo that will carry it on their head because they are guilty as charged already. Your problem is the uncompleted building. Don't worry. We are coming. Where are they? Drop your insult. Drop your insult. I greet you, Francis, for now. And I'm happy you know the truth. This is Daniel Onyemechi. Isiwu, continue crying. But this is your problem. You are the one crying. You are now a suspect everywhere around Nigeria. Igbo people used to claim victim. Everything they claim victim. But now, your character and activity has become questionable because of people like you, Onyemechi. And you think I'm crying. Yes, I am crying because I am the voice of the one crying in the wilderness, preparing the way to save the original Igbo. And all of you who come from Equatorial Guinea or maybe Israel, you will go back there. Yoshi, you are crying. I am the voice of one crying in the wilderness. I wish you can save yourself before it's too late. Have you not read your Bible? The last or the most way to communicate and touch soul is to cry. And in Matthew 24, Jesus said, when he looked at Jerusalem, he wept. He wept and he cried. Have you heard the Bible say Jesus laughed? Only fools like Onyemechi laugh. Have you heard where the Bible say Jesus laughed? We can be filled with joy, but we don't laugh. Neither is the cry. No, we are crying. Peradventure, you will listen. When we go to preach, we call it morning cry. And you see this cry, I'm going to cry it for a long time. It's going to tear your soul apart. It will wear you out because you have no idea. The true Igbo will liberate themselves. You Igbo Biafras, you are not going anywhere. Where are they? Drop your insults. I love the insult. I see Izu. He say after church service, you keep yapping trash inside uncompleted building. But you don't have anything to say. In those days, you used to say fake pastor, criminal, drunkard, sleeping with people's wife. Now it's uncompleted building that is your problem. Don't worry. Don't worry, Igbo, uncompleted building. I've discussed this issue before. Many mansions you see in Igbo land, the owners are somewhere chilling in prison, believing that 30 years time, when they release him, he will come back. Before he come back, maybe one of his brother have sued it. He will start all over again. He will come on social media and begin to cry. Is it not better to live in an uncompleted building? What a shame, Izu. African or SARS, I greet you. Good morning from here. Good morning from here. Henry Wilson, good morning from here. Different Blackie, good morning from here. He said, George Onibe, sir, well done. You are really doing a great job. Thank you very much. Different Blackie. I see Prince Jolly. I love what you are doing. Thank you, Prince. Thank you, Prince. And of course, no more insult. And now, watch these Igbo people who say they come from Israel, who say they are Biafra. Our problem now is we don't know when we are changing Fulani herdsmen or when we are changing Igbo herdsmen. And the moment you talk, they jump on you. They think talking you down actually make any difference. No, it doesn't make any difference. Because now we have taken insult as part of our beating heart. The more you insult us, the more, we get better. The only insult you are, uncompleted building. Go and get sense. And of course, for those who understand what I've been saying, just simple message to community security. There are other helps that will come in the nearest future. We're going to talk to our people. We're going to organize drone. Anywhere within the South region where these Fulani herdsmen or Igbo herdsmen or Yahoo herdsmen, any form of people disturbing us in our farmland, we'll go and get their footages. Before we spend a week in that forest, we will get them out. And then what the police will do with them will be left for the whole nation to see. Because we know how to combat this insecurity, but we just feel it has not affected us, or maybe we are beneficiaries. But the will of God will prevail in the end. On this note, I bring the broadcast to an end. We'll be back later. Have a nice weekend.